You are lying.
I was there. I just got really quiet and nervous. Like I always do.
Marcus is back. Oh.
Playing the whole game should change.
Starting to have a seizure. Because the light patterns get in. Oh, it's flooded.
I really hope we don't spend too much time in the water because it's not that great looking. It's kind of taking me out of the scenario. I'm seeing much better water in Destiny and Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm just not really in the scenario
Just tripped.
right now.
Until you did that, I thought you were being serious. I was like, man, you're being bougie right now. Marcus just being real bougie right now.
I could tell from Tom's silence that he was buying it, so I enjoyed the
I was like,
squirm a bit.
I was like, damn. Because
I didn't buy it for a second.
Huh?
I didn't buy it for a second.
Oh, did you not?
I could tell he was lying.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because like Dylan played the 360 versions, he was telling us earlier like the difference in the graphics, you know, which you said were like, I mean, massive.
Well, I would not say the work on the characters is still amazing in the 360.
It's the light and shadow.
Wait, on what game?
The same game in the 360
This
version.
game?
Like, yeah, it's you still feel like it's the same game. It's just, I don't know. This is just beautiful. This is state of the art compared to a little more archaic.
Well,
version.
it's really because the 360 is capable. Like with Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 5's graphics are fucking phenomenal.
The graphics in this on 360 are as good as Resident Evil 5.
That's good.
That's as good as it gets on 360.
Good, yeah.
That's as good as it gets on 360. But this is beautiful. Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like that much of a difference until you like really start playing.
Well,
Holy shit!
Well, it's crazy because I know you're joking, but I do think that this game, like, it looks great in some areas, and in some areas it doesn't look nearly as good as.
Yeah, it's not as polished.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this was originally going to be for 360.
Left untouched. How can that be?
It was originally just going to be for the 360 generation.
It's been pushed back quite a few times.
And you know what? Honestly, like I'm kind of getting past.
I've heard there are some.
I'm excited
games out there with
I'm
even
excited for
better
more
shit.
games that are coming out next gen only.
Oh yeah.
The more we see, but I mean, I think by releasing some games on both generations, they've made it easier for people to transition this first year. Like I don't feel like. I mean, I know we got in a hurry.
Yeah.
But like they were like, we don't want anyone to feel like they're in a hurry. So that way, if you still have last gen, you can get the game. But if you have a next gen console, you can get a little bit better version of the game, even if it's just graphically better.
Yeah, and I know like a while ago we talked about remakes, and it's like I personally like, I'm with you there, and it's like in that way I like the idea of remaking things because it's like getting people to be able to play certain collections like from the last generation that the IPs were phenomenal, and bringing that to the next generation only would be like a way to, I think, ease that transition of like we're talking like if Dead Space, like and like not charging the full amount for them, but just like poof, you can get these games ported over.
Kind of like what Resident Evil's doing. Like they're doing the remake coming out next in about a month and a half, and they're asking $20 for the Resident Evil remake.
Like Halo did. I love it. All the Halo. Boof. One disc. Here's the entire collection from last.
It was $50. No, $60.
Yeah, $60. But $60 for 4 games. You know what I mean? And it's like at that point, if you're gonna
multiplayer
bitch about 4
components.
classic games for $60, I mean, fuck.
You can go buy them all used with the consoles that they play on for $60.
Yeah, hell no. They still charge you $40 or $30 for Halo 4.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes. If like the newest entry, they're gonna make you pay as much as.
They could have easily not done the multiplayer, but they did. They still kept the multiplayer intact.
Yeah, and
I thought was
errors
the
or
crazy
not,
part
that's
to me.
yeah, that is the crazy part, you know.
I mean, like you said, errors. I am getting a little bit frustrated. I feel like there were a lot of errors.
Oh shit!
Damn, get out of here. I feel like there were a lot of games that dropped with errors this year, and I think it's because a lot of people are rushing to get the games out, which makes me more excited for Arkham City. Shit! Because Arkham City was supposed to come out this year, and they pushed it back to next June, July, and I'm fine with that. I'm glad that Rocksteady.
A lot of my favorite games came out
waiting.
delayed. You know, sometimes not, like with Watch Dogs. You know, like that game was fun, but like I'd overhyped Watch Dogs in my head. You know, I was like, oh fuck, Watch
Well,
Dogs.
you didn't just do it in your head, like
So good.
They
media
really
definitely
do it.
helped me. If I remember at E3, I mean, I pre-ordered that thing 2 years before it came out. You know, just because of the video. You know what I mean? And it's like, shit. You know, it's like in the case of some games, though, like BioShock Infinite was pushed back, and you know for good reason. You know,
Multiple times.
multiple times.
And I'm glad they did. That game ended up being.
We still don't know what's in the safe.
We don't know what's in the vault.
Besides guts.
Wants to be like nothing.
No, it's data. We know it's data.
It'd be crazy if like if you had your Kinect or your PlayStation camera hooked up and it took a picture of you and a picture of you was inside.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's in here? What's in here? What's in here?
That'd be totally.
There's a suitcase.
Yeah, we gotta get in there. We gotta get in there.
Yeah, that's where our pistols for the beginning of the game are.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's in there?
Oh, that picture is creepy.
It's like glowing. That door doesn't lead to it, does it?
No, this is the way out. I guess it's the only way to go.
I bet we'll get around to it.
Yeah, I hope we better. I
There's-
want whatever's in
Yeah,
that
all that.
suitcase.
Yeah. It's like the Golden Gun.
Oh, Tom.
Yeah.
Remember the like really marked ones is on Netflix, and we should totally watch it.
Hell yes.
Totally watch it.
You know that movie's gonna make me poop though.
Dude, it's gonna make me poop.
I gotta rewatch.
I couldn't
You know,
actually
it's
watch
like
it
I need
tonight.
to go rewatch. You try? Oh, you're trying to get her to watch it tonight?
Yeah, she would. No, I tried to get her to watch it like the other night, and she was like, "No."
Yes. Map fragment, and it looks to be projected on. No, it's frame. So weird. It's like an X-ray, like that kind of exposure.
It's in here.
Oh
Yeah,
the
Magnum.
Fuck yeah.
I did not expect.
They didn't even
Magnum
bother
in this
giving it a
game.
fancy name. Just boom, Magnum. Hell yeah. That sucker reeks of boss fight right there. Anything big.
Yeah, let's hold on to that.
Wish they named it like the Death Killer.
Yeah, you know, like Samurai Edge, stuff like that, like
Yeah.
in the God, classic PlayStation, you know.
I was not expecting to get another gun, honestly.
This like generation has a like your PlayStation fever has bled onto me a little bit, where I'm like, man, PlayStation's they're doing some good shit.
Honestly, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Honestly, like last
I'm
generation,
especially just I'm impressed with this. This is quite dandy.
PlayStation learned their lesson last generation. They made a good console, but they didn't prioritize.
They did, because like I like my PS3.
Yeah, they
you
didn't
know?
prioritize gamers because they added all these other cool features, but like non-gamers didn't give a crap about that, so they weren't willing to pay that extra money.
I don't know if I want
Whereas
PlayStation
Xbox
4
was
and
like-
Xbox One. Honestly, I'm still thinking about it.
The PS4 is. I mean, if I had to choose between which two I would have gotten.
Well, I got people telling me both. I got
wish
people
I'd
telling
got-
me both, but I have more people tell me PS4 than ever told me PS3.
I've got.
All right, so we have some technical difficulties, so we're just going to spice in here. But essentially, Dylan's just wandered his way through this maze of service and construction workers. So it's like been cops, firefighters. So it looks like it's just like this, like
the city.
He's making his way through the city.
Yes.
We encountered a guy with a machine gun earlier, which was kind of bitchy.
He was a dick. He didn't like it.
We did have a discussion about
Console stuff, like the new consoles and the way the new consoles are going.
and the gate thing too. The
Gamergate.
issues. Yeah, talk about that again.
So we talked about Gamergate, which was essentially, like we had looked it up, and so let me bring it up. Which has just been, this was like I think one of the more shocking things I read this year. But Gamergate was the Gamergate controversy, centering on a debate about sexism and video game culture, came to public attention beginning in August 2014 because of ongoing harassment and threats, primarily targeting women in the video game industry. Many supporters of the self-described Gamergate movement say that they are concerned about ethical issues in video game journalism, but media commentary is primarily focused on the attacks by Gamergate supporters, which had been broadly condemned as sexist and misogynistic. Gamergate is often seen as a manifestation of a culture war against targets such as women, the diversification of gaming culture, recognition of video games as an art form, social criticism of video games as media, and the way in which these things threaten the traditional gamer identity. Remember some of those points because I feel like we can pick some of those apart here in a second. in the best way. The controversy began after indie game developer Zoe Quinn's ex-boyfriend alleged that Quinn had a romantic relationship with Nathan Grayson, a journalist for the video game news site Kotaku. Quinn was then subjected to severe misogynistic harassment, including false accusations that the relationship had led to a positive coverage of Quinn's game. A number of gaming industry members supportive of Quinn were also subjected to harassment, threats of violence, and the malicious broadcasting of personally identifiable information about them, known as doxing. Some of them fled their homes. The targets were mostly women and included Quinn, feminist media critic Anita Sarkeesian, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Yeah, get his ass. And harassment from social media users, particularly those from 4chan, 8chan, and Reddit, using the Gamergate hashtag. These attacks often include anti-feminist...
Oh, what the fuck?
Shit!
God damn it, get off of me!
Oh, it's getting real.
God. Run.
Oh, you're hurt.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Just gotta back him up.
Sexism and misogyny in video games.
Okay, first off, like, the last thing was, like, it said something about damaging the idea of what, like, gamers think gaming is.
Oh, the identity of gamers and gaming as an art form is what we're dealing with here.
Well, it's... First off, like...
Let's talk about first, do you see gaming as an art form? Video games as an art form?
Yes. Absolutely.
Now, go ahead and tell why, if you don't mind me asking.
First off, it's a different kind of art form than what you usually see because it's interactive. And that's one of the great things about it. But not just any game, not just anything can be made interactive. Like, it's not something like art isn't something that should come off easy. And it's more of an art form now than ever, I feel, because now it's able to not only just like be interactive and tell a basic story, and not to mention just the artwork in it, but it's able to tell us like a deep story now.
Absolutely.
Like, look at The Last of Us. I think is a great
yes.
example.
Oh, see, even before that, Final Fantasy VII to me, art form.
Exactly. I mean, art doesn't have to be this.
There are also games that are coming
thing.
out to be specifically just artistic, like Fez. I mean, Fez doesn't
Yes,
have any point other
absolutely.
than it's.
It sucks that Phil
ambiance.
Fish is a crazy dickhead and like kind of.
I like Phil Fish. Phil Fish, I feel like I can personally get along with. Where is this asshole? Fucking never give zombies guns. It's bullshit. Oh, I see him.
There he is.
But yeah, of course. I mean, Bioshock Infinite is a fucking art form. I got a discussion with somebody the other day because we were talking about at work, and I was talking about the same thing I've told you before, where fuck if video games and Jesus Christ, video games and movies work on the same time scale, then how long was it since the first? What was the name of that movie that was? It was actually a super racist movie, but it was the first movie to like use modern direction techniques.
No idea.
Shit. I'll have to look that up during the break. Maybe we can bring it back up later. But that was like considered one of the very first movies, and it was a silent movie, I believe. But between that and the time that Citizen Kane came out, how long was that? Like 35 years?
I think
probably?
so. Yeah.
So I mean, if it works on the same time scale, how long has it been since Pong came out, our first video game?
Yeah, like 70s, right?
Yeah,
Pong?
like 35 years. We're still waiting on Citizen Kane. We're still waiting on Casablanca for sure. Schindler's List. We're not getting for another 40 years. Like, this is a new art form.
It is
What
a new
the
art
fuck?
form.
I can't shoot through a fence.
I don't think you shoot through the
Are you
fence.
fucking
No.
kidding me?
I wouldn't be surprised if he could,
Yeah, he can.
but it's not letting you. The van? Use the van to kite him. There you are.
Look at that dick. Dick.
Alright, he's wearing Kevlar, so gonna take a couple hits. There we go. That rifle packs so much of a punch.
Well, I wasted 2 through a fence that I couldn't shoot through.
But so I mean, like, there's no arguments.
So yeah, I totally do. You know, I think if you know, what were you saying? I'm sorry. And I'm gonna add.
I was like, there's no argument from even like Super Mario, like just the technology and the way they had to organize technology to make that work is an art form.
Okay, we're gonna move.
Oh shit!
Move. Get down, you.
Oh, slowly climb down there. Why don't you, Seb? Jeez.
Go.
Oh, they're coming. You just hear them.
Get out of here, man. You gotta go.
I'm gonna get that shotgun ready so you can poke them back.
I don't have much ammo left. I need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh yes, there you go.
Jumps in.
Well, hell yeah. Seems that they have
Yeah, they ain't following me down here.
Good. You say that and then they all drop down.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
The video games is an art form, definitely. And since we're talking about sexism in games, I was also discussing with the same guy the other day that was like, I wonder why, you know, the video game seems to be, because I was also talking about how the generation that just missed the mark, the generation right above you, Tom, that still thinks of video gamers as childish, you know, as video games being a kid's thing.
You're thinking like Gen X or baby boomers?
Well, there are some in both that will kind of be.
I'll say this
you're
because
kind of on the
it's,
cusp.
I'll say this because it's relative to what you're saying here right now. Is for those that don't, if you don't want to be seen as childish or you don't want to be seen as immature or anything like that, or like in the way that like I guess you know they're worried about being seen, don't act like that. You know, fucking running around the internet with hate speech and all this shit and acting like a little tool and
No, well, I'm talking about something totally different.
you know,
than
and,
that.
oh,
Those
okay,
guys are
that's like
idiots.
you know, I'm like, well, it's like if you don't want to be seen that way, you like you're seeing how you act. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like when you say like
So I
if
think
you want to be
there's
taken seriously, act as if so that you can get the respect that you want. You know, you have to deserve it. You can't just be like, I fucking want this respect and be a little shitbag to somebody and then fucking get it. You know, it's just that's so entitled.
Well, look how quickly like a ton of people can get attention. Imagine if we, you know, use that attention, I don't know, to feed children who are dying on the street.
Yes, absolutely. You want to talk about like, okay, so like, you know, oh, we're gonna go on. I gotta get back on that thing now. What the fuck?
Are we dead?
No, we're good.
I think that was scripted.
Yeah, it was scripted.